In some parts of Ireland, sightings of terrifying lake animals called the Dullahan or Doriachu water dog have been reported for centuries. Descriptions of these have been reported for centuries. Descriptions of the small animals appeared to be different from the reported sightings of other lake monsters. It was said to look like a cross between a large dog and an otter. The, and stories told how these animals suddenly attacked humans or other animals and dragged them into the water. Although not many sightings of the monster has been reported since the 1960s, some cryptozoologists believe these animals still exist. They think it might be a species of giant otters. Others believe these animals might have been surviving plesiosaurs, large marine reptiles that were thought to have become extinct millions of years ago. One early description of the Dohachu was given in 1674. A man claimed he was walking by the shoreline of Low Mass in County Mayo when a huge animal swam to the shore and pulled him into the water. He managed to reach the knife he always kept in his pocket and stabbed the animal until it let go of him. He described the animal as being something like a greyhound with black slimy skin. Although there were many more stories of similar encounters, the clearest description of the animal was given in 1962. A schoolmaster, Alphonsus Mulani, and his son were fishing on Low Duke in County Galway. People had witnessed strange creatures in this lake before, but this time Mulani told a newspaper reporter about it. We carried a 12-foot, 4-meter rod with a strong line and spoon bait for perch or spike, of which there are plenty in Low Duke. Suddenly there was a tugging at the line. I thought it might be on a root, so I took it gently. It did not give. I hauled it slowly ashore and the line snapped. Then I saw the animal. It was not a seal or anything I had ever seen. It had, for example, short, thick legs and a hippo face. It was as big as a cow, square faced with small ears, and a white pointed horn on its snout. It was dark gray in color and covered with bristles, or short hair like a pig. Mulani and his son ran off and returned later with other men and guns, but there was no sign of the animal. It is possible that the Doghachu was some kind of seal. In Irish folk tales, there is also a story of King Otter, who was a giant otter with magic powers. Could some memory of these ancient folk tales be influenced what people think they saw as they passed alongside the loaves in the half-light? Some people believe that Doghachu live in many of Ireland's lows, but most sightings have come from Strahin's Low. On Achill Island, County Mayo, there were sightings of it there in the 1930s and 1960s. In 1968, two men saw something they could not explain. They were driving alongside the low when a creature ran across the road in front of their car and was illuminated clearly by the car headlights. And then it ran off into the undergrowth. The man described the creature as being 8 to 12 feet, 2.4 to 3.6 meters long, and about 3 feet, 1 meter tall. It had a long neck, a thick tail, and a head like a greyhound. What could such creatures be? Research work carried out by cryptozoologist Terry Cunningham was found some evidence that Achill Island was once home to an unusual type of otter thought to have gone extinct. Could it be the Dullahan? Could it have survived and still be living in the remote lakes of Ireland? Other countries have stories of whitewater dogs that are similar to Ireland's Dullahan. The Aztec people from what is now central Mexico told stories of the Ahuizo, which is supposedly a dog-like creature that lived in or near water. It could catch people in its paw-like hands and pull them into the water before drowning and eating them. It was described as having a smooth black skin, pointed ears, and a long tail.